Coaching philosophy. A lot of you have a coaching philosophy that you may have just used throughout the years, but is it written down? And this is an opportunity for you to really create and develop your coaching philosophy, to put it on paper or modify your coaching philosophy or update it. So I want to take you through some steps to creating your coaching philosophy. So your goal is to have a final product that's one typed page. And on it, you're going to have your name, a date, and even you could have room for a biographical 2-3 lines about you. Now, this page that you create, you should look at it, modify it every year. And that's a key for you to have, is that you want to make sure that this is a living document. You're constantly going to be tweaking it and updating it. So what can you utilize this philosophy for? Well, obviously, it's to give to your staff, it's to give to your team, it's to give to your supervisors and administrators, it's to give to the parents of your athletes. And think, if you have a philosophy that's written down, you could also use it for any upcoming job interview, during a face-to-face meeting during that job interview. So before you give this philosophy to others, you've got to spend some time working on it. And you just need to really ask yourself 3 questions. The first question would be, what are your idealistic and guiding principles that you really believe in? And you need to just kind of outline that and write it down. What are the idealistic and guideline principles in your coaching? And then finally, what do you want your team and staff to know about you? And so if you take and list certain things within that, like as an example, what are your top 3 priorities in life? And then, are they family? Are they job, religious beliefs, health, values, money? What are those? So that's where you start from. And then build on things of, hey, what would you never compromise? What's not important to you? And for example, for your team, you may want to include, hey, if you play for me, this is what you can expect. And you could list those in points 1, 2, and 3. And then finally, I always like using, what's my favorite quote or quotes that you can get to your team. You could also say, if I'm looking at myself and I want to know something about myself, what do you want my epitaph to be at the end of my life? So write these down in an outline, and you need to just make sure that you construct from that outline a text, a 1-page text, and then title it. You want to say it's the Terry LIskevych philosophy, date it, and then you could have a short biographical sketch, 2-3 lines at most, at the bottom. And then once you do that, if you put it in a written form on 1 page, put it away for 1 or 2 days. And then when you take a look at it 1-2 days later, rewrite it, review it, put some new text and notes to it, file it again, and then just keep doing that for a week until you're really set on this 1 page. And finally, you'll have this 1 page, and you'll go from there. On the PowerPoint that you'll see on the website, you'll see my philosophy. And my philosophy is a very simple 1 page where I talk about skill, physical, mental, attitude and effort, discipline, consistency, intensity, practice equals match. And all of that will be defined for you, where, what do I mean by that? And my athletes will all know what I mean by exactly all those items that I listed for you. I'll also give you some of my favorite quotes. And then finally, we're going to give you a lot of different coaching philosophies, a Division I head coach philosophy, a high school coach philosophy, a club coach philosophy, assistant coach philosophy. So you can look at different examples of philosophies. And I give you a challenge. If you write to me at LIskevych, LIskevych, theartofcoaching.com and send me your philosophy and you want me to look at it, I will look at it and I will send back some ideas or some edits for you